Okay, let's talk about multiplier. How do you multiply your swing speed? We're looking at it right here. What a crisp sound, huh? I want you to pay attention to how my trail elbow stays to my side through the entire downswing. Just listen to that sound. That's a real sound, folks. It's not... That's real crisp sound. The club is making contact with the ground. That's how fast that club is moving. So I've been working really hard on this. It's really important to understand that that elbow stays to the side all the way down. You have to be tilted over on your trail side. It's hard to see with the front-on view, but that's what's going on here. The trail elbow stays to the side. They have to be synchronized. Now there I'm fighting off standing up a little bit, trying not to stand up at all. I can see me just come up a tad. At some point you're going to have to come up anyway, but trying to resist standing up at all until after impact. So you can see the multiplier there, right? The hips turn first, the arm stays to the side, and then the wrists release last. So the big thing I picked up here recently was, look how at the top of the swing you're going to notice how much wrist compression there is. Look at those wrists. They're really compressed at the top of the swing. That multiplies your speed. Here I'm doing a little half swing. You can see at the top of the backswing there, if you pay attention, you'll notice how compressed those wrists are, also known as wrist cock. So for me, I had to work really hard at setting the wrists really deep and really compressing those wrists a lot more than I had in the past. So that was a really big deal. So this is something I picked up from two different people, Bobby Jones. At the top here, look at those wrists, very compressed. Of course, the hips and the pelvis start the downswing. And you'll notice that the wrists in the top of the backswing set even deeper. See how they set deeper? Because the hips fire first and make the wrist cock even deeper and set deeper, more compression. See that? That's really critical to time it. There's been a lot of hard work, folks, putting into this swing right here, seen in front of me, in front of you in the video. You can see I'm keeping my trail elbow to my side. Never let it leave the side, because the minute you let it leave the side, you're going to get out of sequence. And the arms will try to swing on their own, and then you're right back to standing up and flipping and all this nonsense. So the elbow has to stay to the side and move with the side of the body with the hips. They move together. And for me, I had to learn to not allow my trail elbow to get out in front of me, but instead to lower it down to my side and keep it to my side. Right, like right here. Keep it to my side. You can see the multiplier, right? Hips, arms, wrist. Boom. Nice. So Bobby Jones was the biggest influence on my golf swing. Been watching his DVD. They put out, Warner Brothers put out the DVD back in the 1930s. And there's a whole series of short film lessons that he did that was actually released in movie theaters with Warner Brothers. It's called Vitaphone, was a subsidiary of Warner Brothers, but Bobby Jones did a whole series of short films. They're like 10 minutes long, maybe 15 at the most. There's a whole DVD. I think you get it on, I think I got mine on Amazon. And he's the one that really, really helped me understand how to set the wrists and really set them much more cocked than you think. I mean, it actually takes some stretching and getting used to, and a little bit of work and a little bit of discomfort for a few days till the wrists get used to it. But man, the payoff is huge. And of course, I want to mention Paul Wilson, who is a huge advocate of loose wrists. But I got to tell you, and he mentioned this in some of his teaching as well. Paul Wilson talks about this. But until you really put in the work to set those wrists as deep and as hard as I am, you'll never get that snappy release that you're hearing in this video. Of course, a lot of hard work went into getting the hips to fire first, keeping the pelvis back so I'm not hip extending into the downswing. A lot of work. I'd say Bobby Jones probably the biggest influence on my swing, and also Sammy Snead for pelvis and hip rotation. He really helped me out a lot with that. Sammy Snead was probably the number one guy that helped me understand how the pelvis and hips have to move in the golf swing. So those two great players really helped me. And then Paul Wilson, like I said, who's, if you want to know about Paul Wilson, he's out of Bears Best in Las Vegas. He does a lot of YouTube videos, so you can check him out there if you want to. But he talks about the old timers, and him and I are very much in agreement with the old time swings. You know, Bobby Jones, Sammy Snead, Ben Hogan. These kind of old time swings. I mean, just listen to that crisp swing at the bottom. It's absolutely amazing. I haven't had a chance to get to the range yet, so I'm looking to get out to the range pretty soon and really take this to the range and start smacking the cover off the golf ball, because I'll be interested to see the ball speed. I think it's going to pick up at least a little bit, probably, hopefully a lot. I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but things are looking pretty good right now. I'm still dealing with a few little things. Just some things can still be a little bit better, but that's golf. We're always improving. But this is a very crisp action. I can hear it in the way that it's making contact with the ground. I can hear it in the wispiness of the club cutting through the air. So anyway, I wanted to share all that with everybody. If you want to know how to multiply your swing speed, you have to put things in sequence, and that wrist cock along with proper sequence in the swing is critical. For me, the one of the big changes was not just the wrist cock and how deep they had to be set, but also that trail elbow staying to the side and staying in sync with the rotation of the hip. And then the last little piece for just me lately was, as that trail elbow comes to the side and stays with that trail hip, you have to stay bent over. You have to stay bent over on your trail side. You have to be leaned over a little bit down to the ball. So there's some side bend there. The trail side has to bend and stay with the elbow and the hip at the same time. Man, that is such a huge breakthrough. And it's really critical that you stay down. And I don't mean your head down. I'm just talking about your trail side, your trail elbow, and you have to be leaned over enough so that they all stay in sync, and then the wrist will release with a snap. They'll just snap release, and the club will release itself. Okay, the video's getting kind of long. I wanted to share this with everybody. This is a big breakthrough in my swing. I'm very excited. It's really hot here in Texas, so it's kind of hard to get out during the day. I'm going to try to get out early one of these mornings. I got to film this autumn, September, October, kind of November, and those 3 months are going to be the months I probably spend a lot of time at the range, because I can go out there, and it'll be a little bit cooler and start really smacking the cover off the ball. Okay, guys and gals, hope you really enjoyed the video. This is an amazing breakthrough for me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Really appreciate that. Give me a thumbs up. Appreciate that as well. And there's more video to come. Talk to y'all real soon again next time.